Hello guys, so in this video we will see how can we create a locator or geocoding service. And basically locator or a geocoding is a way to construct some of your data to be able to search by address. So as you know, you can search by X and Y here, you can search by some attributes, but you cannot search by typing the whole address unless you have a geocoding service or locator service created for you on your map. On ArcGIS Pro, you have the option to use ArcGIS Online geocoding service that have all the addresses for the entire world, and that one you can use, but again it will consume your credit from your ArcGIS Online account. And you go to locate right here in the inquiry category, and you will see that you have the option to search right here. Here you can type the text for the address and it will find it for you. And here we have also the option to click anywhere on the map and it will find the address for this location where we clicked on the map, but you need to have an address locator in order to use this one. So right now I'm just showing you how we can use ArcGIS Online geocoding service. So we will just click on search, and as you see here we can type any address. So for example, let's type Esri headquarter address in California. So it's a 380 New York Street, and it gives us some options, and this is Esri address. And right now we make this query against ArcGIS Online and show our base map, and this is Esri headquarter in California. As you see, I just typed the address and it gives me some suggestion to change what locator or what is the geocoding services used. You need to click here on options, and you will see here that you have a local X and Y provider, and the local X and Y provider, you just type X and Y and it will take you to this location. And here we have the ArcGIS Online geocoding service. As you see here, there's an icon for cloud, and anything that have icon for cloud, that means it is hosted on ArcGIS Online, and when you use it, make sure that it doesn't consume your credit. So you can disable it from here and enable any locator provider you have. Also, you can open the provider settings here and you will have a list of all the locators you have on your map. So right now we will create our own local locator. Remember when we created the add X and Y data to our map, we used an Excel sheet that have a full address information for some houses in Texas, like about 3,000 different houses, and we have the lat and long and we have the information for these houses. So let's add this map we created before for the X and Y by go to insert, and we will choose import map. And import map can be working for ArcGIS Desktop, MXD, or any map you created on ArcGIS Pro. So here we have the add X and Y map we created before to see how we can add X and Y. So we will add it back again to our project. And as you see here again, we have these addresses that we convert from X and Y before. And each address, if we open the attribute table, you will see that each record have detailed information about the home address of this layer. So here we have the street name, we have the street number, we have the zip code, we have the city, the state, the country. We have all the information we need that we can construct address locator from this information right here. Let's close this table now, and we will go inside our project folder, which is California here, and we will right click and say new, and we have the option to create locator. If you try to create a locator inside geodatabase, it doesn't work. It have to be only in a folder. So you cannot create a locator inside a geodatabase or inside a feature dataset. It have to be in a regular folder on your machine. So here we will create a new locator. It will open the geoprocessing tool to create locator. And here it gives us the option to choose the region or the country where our addresses will be, or you can choose defined in data if you cannot find your country or region in this list. We have the addresses for Texas, so that will be United States. And here we choose which table or feature class or shapefile we want to use to create our locator. So here we have California, Texas addresses. You can use the Excel sheet, or you can use the feature class, or you can use the shapefile, or you can cancel here. And if you have your data on your map, you can just come here and select I want to use Texas addresses. And here we will say the rule will be a point address. Here you have different way to construct your address based on what data you have in your shapefile or your table. And here we will choose point address because we have address that represent one location or one house. So that will be a regular point house address. So we will choose this one. And here it will try to map the data it needs, the locator data like the street name, the street number, the county, the zip code, all this information from the attribute table. So when you scroll down, you will see that some records have asterisks on it, and that means that this information is required. You cannot create your locator without the street name. So here I have to choose the street name. So the minimum requirement here is the street name. But we know that we have in our data, we have the zip code, we have the street number, we have all the other information. So let's try to match it. So here prefix, I will add the prefix. Here suffix, I will add it as well. Full street name, we have the full complete street here. So what I'm doing right now, I'm matching what locator needs to what I have in my data. I have also the city. Automatically chose the city because the name matching exactly. The state already automatically chose it as well. Zip code is there, so I have the house number and the house number right here, which is the street number. So I have the house number right. I have the prefix, suffix, I have the street name, zip code, city, county. Let's check the county. So that's enough to create a very simple locator for our addresses in Texas. Here I will name my output to be Texas locator. And here the language will be English. Just in case you have addresses in different languages, you need to define it from here. And we will say run. And what's happening right now is it's creating the locator for us that we can add as a locator service instead of our ArcGIS Online geocoding service. And we use it to search for the addresses that we created right here in Texas. So we have our locator right here right now in our project folder. So what we will do right now, we will go to our map and we will try to enable this locator, so when we type any address in the find, we can find these addresses. So now there's two ways to add the locator. You can open the insert ribbon tab and choose connections and choose add locator, and this one will allow you to search for your locator folder. So we have it right here, so we will add it from here. Or the other option to add a locator is by going to the map and then open the find. And when you open the find for the first time, this is how it will look like. As we saw before, you can open the settings and select provider settings, and you can add another locator from here, and you can delete your locator from here. So I can select this one and I say delete this locator, or I can edit it, or I can add other locators right here. So right now we have our search enabled to search on ArcGIS World Geocoding Service and our locator that we just created. So what we will do, we want to make sure that any address we type in the search only looks and try to find addresses from our local locator. So we will disable this one, and we don't need the X and Y right now. So we will just make this one enabled only, and we will enable the suggestion. So when we type, we don't need to type the full address, just type maybe half of it, and then it will give us suggestions for the other addresses. So let's go back. And here, let's see what addresses we have, so we make sure that we type something we know. So here, for example, we have 23116 Windy Valley. So let's close this one, clear the selection. 23116 Windy. As you see here right now, give us some suggestions, so we can choose from one of them, and it will zoom to our address and show us the location. So I cannot do this unless I have a locator or using a geocoding service. But again, the geocoding service is online and the locator is local, and the locator is using my own data, and I created this locator using our Texas data. So also here, as you noticed before, we had this option here disabled, but because we have our local address inspector, we can use it right now. So let's disable this one, and also let's close this one, we don't need it. And now let's try to find what address is this address by opening address inspector. And here it said left click and hold at any location on the map to see results. So here I will do the left click and hold, and as you see, it shows me what address exists right here. And that's it for this video. Now you know how you can create locators, you can do search, you can create your locator using your own data. So thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.